mention girls because y'all the ones who gossip like high school cheerleaders.
Oh, no. They talk about us gossiping. I'm sorry. All y'all women do is gossip. You gossip, and then you run and clean up one of Andy's messes again.
All right, Rich, tell me something. Are you obsessed with Andy? Because we should know. She deserves to know.
I do need to know. I do at this point because I'm so confused.
Okay, folks, we finally got a sneak peek of this week's episode of Sistas, and it pretty much played out the way I thought it would, because last week I said, uh-oh. Rich and Tony popped up at the steam plant, and they caught Sabrina and Danny there. And Rich asked Sabrina to go to lunch with him, but she was like, oh, no, I can't. I'm really backed up at work, and plus if I leave, Maurice and Paige are probably going to kill each other, so I can't leave. And then not too long after he left the office, she's like, look, I'll see you at the house later, or the apartment later. She gets a call from drunk Danny and then goes down there to pick her up and talk with her. So I knew that if Rich called her, I'm like, oh man, now it's going to be some forced drama with him feeling some kind of way about, oh, so you were too busy to go to lunch with me, but you weren't too busy to go to your friend. And this played out, like I said, exactly like I thought it would. I was looking at some of the responses on Twitter and Instagram, when Sistas, the official page, post a clip. And then I saw fan reactions. A majority say the same thing. Oh, I never liked these guys. They're so annoying. Danny and Sabrina need to kick them to the curb, yada, yada, yada. But somebody said one comment, I was like, man, these men are sassy. But then other people were like, well, I can actually see, and a few people, but I fall into the category. Yeah, we actually understand why Rich feels the way we do because, it's true. It's true as much as the women don't want to deny it because Andy isn't the only one who tries to backpedal or deflect when, they're being called out for something. But it's a fact that when it comes to these relationships, the girls literally put everyone else on the back burner to be there for each other. They drop everything and run if one of their girls calls, but when it's their man, there's, I don't want to just say excuses, but yeah, Sabrina had a legitimate reason why she didn't leave the office, but why all of a sudden was the risk of Maurice and Paige going in on each other again not so big a deal when she ran to Danny, but it was when Rich wanted to go to lunch. I mean, listening to this debate, it was just about 3 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 3 minutes long, the clip, so you can go watch the full thing. This added more fuel to the fire of why fans last season were like, I don't know, based off the dynamic between these characters, you would think that Danny and Sabrina would just swap partners because, Sabrina wants kids and Tony already has two. Rich doesn't have kids and Danny doesn't want to have kids seemingly. But the thing is, when you look at how Rich was seemingly being petty, bringing up the sperm thing again and, the whole beef he has with Andy, he was giving off Danny vibes in terms of, let's say when Danny would go in on Preston, let's say Preston was wanting to talk about Danny about something important in the moment. Danny would reach, and it's funny because she would talk about Rich. She made 3 snide remarks to Rich in this clip about reaching. Oh, it's you're reaching really far in order to pull back something to throw against Sabrina. She would do the same thing over and over again. Let's say we were 4 seasons away from, Preston doing the whole popping up unannounced or, running away or whatever. And we move past that. She will reach. If it's Preston just saw a dude walk out of the apartment. What was that about? See, there you go. Always coming over without announcing yourself. And it's what? Come on now. So I honestly feel like Rich does have a legit grievance. And when it comes to the Andy factor, yeah, he could be pissed off about multiple things. The fact that, Jordan was hurt. Then the fact that, Sabrina is in emotional turmoil because of the investigation. It makes sense. Rich and Tony have no obligation to be nice towards Andy. So what if it's Danny's friend? So what if it's Sabrina's friend? They have a right to feel the way they do. I mean, think of it this way. how many times have the girls felt some kind of way towards a man who they feel did one of their girls wrong? Case in point, Gary. You know, the way Gary has, handled Andy, and the girls I will say for the most part, dislike him because I don't know what the hell was going on with the whole thing about, yeah, you know, it is kind of sad that somebody that we all kind of, Gary, what did Karen say? It's like, you know, it's crazy because Gary has been a part of all of our lives. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So what if he dies? So it's okay for the girls to dislike someone because one of their own was treated badly by them. But all of a sudden, oh, the men are prissy and sassy or high school, acting like high schoolers because they have a beef with Andy because one of their boys was hurt by her. Man, get out of here. Again, it's the double standard. So it's a bunch of useless bickering. That's pretty much what this sneak peek scene is about. And it just goes to show you that, yeah, these people have no business being in relationships. It's just that if you aren't able to, you know, table your priorities, it makes sense. I mean, just end it. It's ridiculous. But yeah, this was 3 minutes of the 40-minute runtime. So I don't know, minus the recap and end credits. Yeah, this episode isn't sized up to be so spectacular. But hey, maybe the sneak peek we get Wednesday will change my opinion. They could be saving the good stuff for last. I feel like if they release a sneak peek on Wednesday, it better be Penelope and Andy related. I feel like that's the best way to get people talking. So with that being said, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.